Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Mamapreneur Podcast. My name is Robbin, and I am your hostess with the mostest. First off, Happy New Year. First episode of the new year. Happy New Year, everybody. Hope everyone had a blessed and amazing holiday season. And, we now back 2023, ready to get to work, get some things done in 2023. I have some beautiful ladies today that I'm going to spotlight them in their fabulous businesses. And so I'm excited for you all to hear their stories. And before we go any further, I love to put you all to work first, my audience. So if you're tuning in on Facebook, YouTube, make sure you're sharing the live broadcast. I'm always giving out something, but I only include you in the drawing unless you share. So you must share the live broadcast. Sharing is caring. All right. So share the live. Also, if you're tuning into the replay, make sure you type hashtag replay in the comments so I know that you watched. All right. Today is episode number 37. Goodness. Okay. So every episode I say the number and I'm still just by surprise that, we're 37, episodes in. I have loved every bit of this journey and being able to not only talk about business and entrepreneurship, to be able to spotlight ladies from not only just Dallas-Fort Worth, but from all over the country. We got people from all over coming this year. It's going to be a trip. I've been talking to people in Canada. That should tell you something. Canada, Johannesburg, South Africa last week. This show is, we're trying to get global up in this piece, okay? Global. Hashtag global. All right. Also, if you're an entrepreneur in the audience, this show is all about connecting and networking. That's how this podcast came about, from a networking event. So if you are an entrepreneur in the audience, please type your business name, social media, website, whatever, in the comments. Let's network in the comment section, all right? Again, you never know where your next customer is going to come from, all right? All right. I'm putting you audience members to work. Y'all be all right. Put you to work. It's fine. All right. Also, if you are digging something that any of us are talking about tonight, I know we're going to be saying some great things. Or if you have any questions, type it in the comments. I would love to ask these ladies live any of your questions. And if you're agreeing with something they're saying, let us know. We like that feedback. I'm pretty sure they do too, like that feedback. All right. All righty. Few announcements before I get to my ladies. Now booking for 2023. If you are a female entrepreneur and you want more exposure for your brand, again, you do not have to be from the Dallas-Fort Worth area. As long as you're a female entrepreneur, I would love to talk to you and give you more information on how you can be on the show just like these ladies. And you can either shoot me a message directly or PowerTeam, and they'll get the information back to me, and we can set up a call to kind of chat over details. Also, for those who are entrepreneurs out there, and this is for male or female entrepreneurs, if you don't have time to come to the show, but you want your brand marketed, I have affiliate marketing where I discuss your brand while you're not even on the show. So that's another way to kind of get your brand out there. So if you're interested in affiliate marketing, again, reach out to me directly, or PowerTeam and Kesha will get that information back to me as well. Okay. All righty. So also doing a call out for content creators and influencers. I am doing an episode specifically for that arena. So if you are a content creator or influencer, please reach out to me. I would love to add you to that episode and give you more details. All right. Again, it does not matter where you are in the country. Influencers, that is what is of today, y'all. I need to learn how to be more of one and get paid. Okay. Anything for $1. Okay. Anyway. Also, quick little announcement. And Miss T. Latoya is going to talk about it even more here in a minute. I will be a vendor at the We're Showing the World What We Are Made Of Kids and Teens Fashion Show and Talent Showcase this month on the 29th from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. here in Dallas at Lofty Spaces. Tickets are on sale on Eventbrite. And so T. Latoya will talk more about the event here shortly, but it's a great way to support local businesses and support the fashion show. You know, we love debate. So throwing that out there. Okay. So for those who watch the show, or if this is your first time tuning in, I love affirmations. I love the power of manifestation. I believe if you speak positive things will happen. All right. So tonight's no different. I've got some affirmations for you, and hopefully these will encourage you like they have encouraged me while I was writing them. Or in this case, hold on now. All right. Or as I type them in my phone. All right, girl. Thank you for the spotlight, girl. All right. So if you're into that, feel free to jot these down. And I hope they encourage you, okay? All right. First is, I will worry less and trust God more in 2023. I will worry less and trust God more in 2023. Okay? 2023 will bring peace, prosperity, and positivity. 2023 will bring peace, prosperity, and positivity. Okay. Next. 2023 will be 2023 will be a year filled with favor and open doors. 2023 will be a year filled with favor and open doors. And if you guys ain't peep game, all these affirmations about 2023, you might as well go ahead and start early. Amen. Start now. All right. In 2023, I believe that anything is possible. In 2023, I believe that anything is possible. Got a few more. 2023 is the year that I will be walking into my purpose. 2023 is the year that I will be walking into my purpose. All right. And this next one, if this next one don't get you out your seats, I don't know what's wrong with you. 2023 will be the year that I attract $1 million opportunities. Let me say that a little louder for the people in the back. 2023 will be the year that I attract $1 million opportunities. If you don't speak it, it won't happen. All right. 2023 will be the year where I maintain healthy boundaries. Hashtag boundaries. All right. Amen. 2023 will be the year where I maintain healthy boundaries. Here's another one that's going to make you run out your seat. I will not settle for less than I deserve in 2023. I will not settle for less than I deserve in 2023. All right. 2023 will be the year that my business will thrive and flourish. 2023 will be the year that my business will thrive and flourish. Last but not least, in 2023, everything that I touch will be blessed and successful. In 2023, everything. Come through sound effects. Sound effect ministry. I love it. Okay, I'm going to say it again. In 2023, everything that I touch will be blessed and successful. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed those and believe those for yourself. I might have written them out, but I believe that for each and every one of you in your businesses, that this will be the year that you will see transformation in your businesses. We got to execute, plan and execute, amen. But this will be the year that everybody will flourish and see transformation and just see things happen in their businesses. And you know what? Personally too. So, yeah. All right. Well, all righty. So, the first victim of the night. No, I'm just joking. My first guest, I met through a Facebook group, and I love networking and connecting, and I'm always posting something in some group of some shape, of some form. Again, that's how the person that found me, that led me to Kesha. Hold on, let me stop. I have not given our fearless leader of PowerTeam her flowers. I do it every episode, but that's how I met Kesha, through a networking event. But the person I met her through was through a Facebook group. So the shouts out to our fearless leader, Kesha LaShawn. If it wasn't for her, we would not be here tonight. So give her flowers. I will always continue to give her flowers. But I met Jen through a Facebook group so long ago. And tonight is the Dallas episode, because everybody here in town, you just never know on this show who you may have. 3 different people, all 3 from different parts of the country, which I love. But Jen is with Organizing with Jen, and she is going to tell you about her amazing business. I love everything about it. Ladies and gentlemen and ladies and peoples, Jen Whitten. Unmute, Jen.
I was just absorbing all of the fabulous applause that was coming.
Thank you so much for joining today, Jen. Tell everybody about you and the fabulousness that you have as Organizing with Jen.
Yes, well, as she said, I'm Jen Whitten from organizingwithjen.com. I run a professional organizing business here in the North Dallas area. We serve busy professional women. We help them clear the clutter and create systems to make their lives more fun, right? Because work is hard. Raising kids is hard. You know, the world is crazy, and we strongly believe that everyone deserves to feel peaceful when they walk in their home, that their home is their safe space. And it's our mission to bring more of that peace, calm, and order to busy women.
Yeah. Now, how long have you been in business? How long has the business been around?
A little over 5 years.
A little over 5 years. Mm-hmm. And she is local in town. So for my Dallas, especially my North folks, Wiley, Murphy, Plano, Richardson, Allen.
Mm-hmm. We serve McKinney, we serve Frisco, we go down to Dallas. Yep, all those areas we serve.
So she does a little bit of everything in the organization realm. I love it that you help people unpack, yes, and all that stuff.
We specialize. We do stuff from decluttering, home organizing, labeling, to packing and unpacking, like after a remodel or after people move. We had a client a few months ago where we packed up her old house, and then the movers moved stuff over to the new house, and we unpacked everything, complete with new shelf liner, new organizing bins, all while she was on vacation. So wow. She walked the door and her home was already set up and unpacked for her. I mean, it's the dream. So
Because, it's the things a lot of folks don't want to do or feel like doing, especially the packing piece.
Right. Because you always have more than you think you do.
Yeah.
I hear that constantly from clients. They're like, oh, I can do it. And then they're like, oh, never mind. I can't. I have a lot of stuff, it turns out. I'm like, yeah, we all do. I mean, you never know how much stuff you have till you have to pack.
Yeah. And then actually just getting in there and actually doing it, you're like, it's, only so long you can, drag that out, Right. Now, tell me about what was like the most difficult project you've had so far?
Oh, goodness. So it's interesting when you say the most difficult project, it's often not the most messy space. Because it's all about where the person is on in their organizing journey. Some people may say that they want to get organized and they'll hire us and we'll go in, but their vision of what they want from their house doesn't match their reality. So for example, if they have a lot of clutter, but they live in a tiny, tiny space and they're wanting their house to look perfectly immaculate like the Kardashians, you have to come to terms with what kind of house layout, if other people live with you, you have to come to terms with that. And those have to match. And we've had some clients where they weren't quite, their vision didn't exactly match up. And while they were happy enough with us, they felt like the process wasn't quite done, because they had to kind of switch what their initial thought of organization was. And that's more of a mindset thing, right? To help people through. So as far as biggest and messiest project, which is actually fun for us, right? And so when I talk about that, I don't say that with disdain. I say that with glee, because again, when we walk in and we see these things, a lot of people will say to us, oh, I bet this is the worst house you've ever seen. And I'm like, you don't understand. This is what we do. Like, we don't look at it like that. We look at it like our minds are already turning, like, ooh, we could do this and we could do this and we could do this and this could help you and this could help you, right? So we look at it with excitement.
Okay.
But it was this sweet lady who they had moved from Virginia, probably, I think, like 3 years ago. There were still boxes in every part of the house. She had young kids. She was super, super overwhelmed. We unpacked her entire house.
Wow.
You could just see the stress melting off her shoulders. And while, it was a really dusty garage with a lot of boxes, again, we did it. And like I said, we have a team, so we were able to do it in under a week, unpack and organize her entire house. And so it was really, really, it's really fun. And it's really a blessing to be able to serve people in that way, because you can see just the peace kind of coming back into their life.
Absolutely. And they have time to do other things,
exactly,
that they need to do in that process.
Right.
So talk about the starting point. You saying, okay, I want to make this into a business. This is the business I want to do.
Yeah.
What made you say home organization is the way I want to go?
So like I said, I've been in business for about 5 years now. Previous to that time, I had been a stay-at-home mom for about 10 years, having babies, raising babies, the whole thing. Loved that time, but my youngest was starting school full time. And I'm like, okay, I would love to find work during the day, but I still want to be able to be off when they're off of school. Like, I don't want to find something where I have to go somewhere and not be home till 6, because they get off at like 2, right? And was chatting with some friends about it one day, and a dear sweet friend mentioned, she was like, I've always been so amazed at how organized you are, on every aspect of your life. I've always looked up to you. I feel like you could share a lot of that with people. And until then, it never dawned on me. I think a lot of times as women, we don't realize what talents we have because they come so natural to us. And so when she mentioned that, I remember thinking, I was like, oh, that's a thing. Is that something that's valuable? Right. And so started researching it, built a website. Again, this was back in 2017. Started doing it for friends and family. and just kind of took off from there. Ironically, the first year of business, I moved twice. One, I moved cross country, so I had to kind of start over a couple times, but moved back to Texas to be close to family, and it just kind of built and built and built it up. And at the end of 2020, I hired my first assistant, and now we've got a team of 4 that we are able to knock out a lot of projects in a short amount of time, which is, again, super thrilling. And I never thought that it would kind of come to this, but yeah. I love it. And people ask me all the time, do you ever get tired of organizing? And
no,
it's
passion for it. No,
I don't. And that's how passionate, again, my team and I are about this, because every person is unique, and every person's house is unique, their life is unique. And so to be able to go in and help people with that so that they can have more time to do what they're passionate about that's
key. Yeah. So if anybody wanted to book with you, how would they book a consult and all the things, with you?
Yeah. So they could go to my website. It's organizingwithjen.com/consultation. And so they can just fill out a form there. There's also a link on my website, organizingwithjen.com, where they can schedule a phone call with me if they're just kind of curious about the process and want to know how we can help them.
Amazing. Thank you, Jen, so much. I'm going to stick around. I'm going to be talking to you throughout the show. I wanted to at least get your name and website out there. So if people want to go, people that are thinking about moving this year, Jen, I may be putting you to work later in the year. Yeah. More to come. Yeah. All righty. Thank you, Jen.
You're welcome.
Next victim. Oh my God. She is a family friend. I've known her since she was a little girl. She's a grown lady now. She got children. She's married. All the things. It's so amazing to see her as an adult now. Miss Lysandra Jackson. She has a nonprofit, and she's going to tell you about her nonprofit.
Well, hello. Yes, I have known Robbin quite some time. Yes, so it's truly amazing to also see you, Robbin, and I see here you looking good and just fabulous, and I am so happy to be here. So thank you for inviting me.
Thank you, honey.
Yes, thank you. So yes, I have a nonprofit organization, the Q Foundation. It's Class, Unity, and Teachings of Empowerment. So the Q Foundation, Inc. We are geared towards young girls. And so our mission, so follow me. Our mission is to not only empower young girls through their confidence and pride, but also to inspire them, and by demonstrating that they're royalty, and it's not about where they come from or how they look, that they're royalty as long as they keep themselves up and present themselves in a mannerable way. So how do we do this? Well, we've created programs. So there's personal and professional development, etiquette, and leadership training. Now, within those programs, there are things that we've just done and that we put together to inspire them, whether it's, I know up under the personal professional development, we taught young ladies how to dress and how to go on interviews, okay? We've also done under the etiquette. I have etiquette training where I can also do private lessons as well. And so we do things of the nature of tea parties. We're in schools, we're other organizations, also churches. And so, leadership training, we feed the homeless, we do back to school events. And so there's just really so much we've done. We've had a photo shoot before. So much we've done to really encourage the girls and feed and really just feed into them like, hey, you know what? It's not about how you look or where you come from. You are royalty. You can really present yourself in a mannerable way. You can have fun. You can be educated. We have STEM. It's a lot of stuff that we do that is really encouraging. Also, I want to say this. So when did I start this nonprofit organization? We've been in business for about, I want to say 5 years now. Last August, we did our 5-year back to school event, our annual back to school event. And it started from my daughter. She was born with a rare condition. And just the fact that I'm able to assist her in her confidence as she goes through surgeries and as she has to really, so every time she goes into surgery, she has to sit out, and then we have to reboot. Like we have to, because sometimes as females, we can get kind of drained. We can feel like, we're not, what is it? We have to reset, right? So sometimes we might feel like we're not enough, or we're not here. We're not, what's the word? I'm sorry, you guys, but I feel like assisting her with her confidence and rebuilding her in every single thing that these programs and this organization would also help other girls. I am here to help assist other parents and daughters and things that they might need. Our organization is just truly big. It's truly inspiring. It's a loving organization. And we go all around, and we really try to feed into young girls what we believe that can help them in their next chapters in life. I remember when my daughter, like she just recently had a surgery and she had to sit out, and she plays soccer. And so every time her surgery, it might go on, and then 3 months out, she literally has that healing time. Well, she has to start all over. She has to build her confidence all up, because sometimes it falls behind sometimes because she's stuck in the house healing. She's not out there to be confident, And so by assisting her in everything that she's doing, I believed in the programs that I've built. 5 years it's been working. And we get donations from so many businesses, from so many people. I really appreciate my parents that are involved. I appreciate the businesses that donate. I appreciate just everyone that's supporting us and believing in our mission. I am kind of here. I'm sorry, I'm not able to. Is anyone speaking?
No. I'm giving you your shine, girl.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. We've had technical difficulties, so I'm not really able to see everyone.
You good?
Okay. So I'm really just here trying to follow what God has put me here to do. And I believe that's really engaging in young girls, inspiring young girls, building the confidence in young girls, and with my organization and with the programs that can be possible.
Tell everybody how you can be followed and reached.
I can be reached at www.qfoundation.org. I can also be reached on Facebook Messenger, at Q Foundation. You would have to type in the Q Foundation Class Unity and Teachings of Empowerment, and you can just send me a message, or you can go online at the website and send me an email. And if any of you guys look at the website, look at our story, look at what we're doing, look at the photos, Facebook, you can also look at what we're doing. If you guys get a heartfelt feeling to, whether it's volunteering, whether it's sending a donation, just click the donation tab, send me an email saying, hey, when is your next event? And you want to volunteer, go ahead. And we're here. We typically do events once a month. Right now we're doing online tutoring. So the next event will be March, which would be our STEM. And so if you would like to help, if you would like to donate, go ahead.
Amazing.
Send a message.
Thank you so much, girl. I'm so proud of you. All righty.
Sorry, Robbin. I'm sorry.
No worries. Oh, you ain't gotta apologize to me, girl. You talking about you. You're all right. All righty. All right, my next troublemaker I want to bring up is Miss T. Latoya Warren, fabulous self. And she's going to tell you about her company, her events that she has coming up. And I'm so excited.
Thank you. I saw the you posted in the group, and like you said, you like networking. I said, well, let me step out and actually network and put my name in the hat, because I do so many different things that I never really sit and talk about what it is that I actually do. I'll post about it, or I'll tell, I have different clients, but I don't just ever really sit and say, hey, this is what I do. So my company is called Lux'Zurious Events and Consulting. We started right before the pandemic. It was a need to provide photography services. We were doing outdoor picnics. We were just doing a lot of different events here in the DFW that people needed, and they didn't want to do, they didn't want to have to worry about putting an event together. Event planning is just, like Jen with organizing. You understand that it takes a lot of organization. It takes a lot of details. And so I did become certified as an event planner, and it has been a journey. So I was sat down during the pandemic because nobody was really having events. And it was like, well, where do I take this? Where do we go? And people started to ask how, okay, I'm starting this small business, I'm starting this, I'm starting that, but I would like to have more foundation. Or the different organizations that I were working for, I would ask them, what's happening for your administration? How are you organizing yourself? What are you doing to make sure that you have a legal entity? It's not just about posting, which of course is very important, but do you have a tax ID? What are you doing? And people were saying, hey, you're very knowledgeable at this. You should consult. My husband, my biggest cheerleader, was saying, Toya, you need to market this, because this is very needed information. And so I decided to take the photography portion off of it, and to focus on events and consulting. And this is consulting small businesses, people that are starting up, people that don't, you may say, well, I want to have flavored pickles, but that's all I know how to do. I don't know how to get started. I don't know anything about social media, or, just what do I do? And so I help them behind the scenes. I've done many different productions, and I noticed that being behind the scenes, that's where I really excel at. And so I decided to say, hey, if you want to be a client, then let's go through your consultation. Let's figure out what it is that you need. If you just need some flyers made, we can just make flyers. So it can be just something as simple as that, or it can be more complex of actually making sure that you are good with the IRS and everything that you need there. And then I also expanded out because I realized that immigration is a beast, and people don't know how to navigate those things. I spent time under an immigration lawyer and really soaked up that knowledge. And so I also have helped different immigrants with their immigration paperwork, and it's, and helping with their process. So starting with a beginning petition of actually figuring out how to come to the United States, all the way up into citizenship. And those moments are always the best moments for me, because my goal is, I like to say my one of my slogans is, your greatness is my goal. And so with that, I wanted to make sure that your goals are being accomplished and being accomplished well. Now, the events portion of it, because Robbin just posted that, was I just have such a heart. I would see these children. They're always so talented. And then even the different shows that I've been a part of, they've only the kids portion has always been just a small portion, but it was always my favorite one because kids have so much personality and you never know what they're going to do and how they're going to come out. And so that was always my favorite. And I said, let's do a showcase that showcases the youth and everything that they have going on. And so every youth is not a model. Everybody doesn't like to model. All children don't like to get out there and model, but I've met along the way some amazing entrepreneurs that are youth that have started their businesses. And so I said, hey, let's showcase your business. This is the platform for you. We're going to have speakers that are children. We're going to have performances that are our youth. And we even have designers. We're featuring different designers that they have their models and that they're going to be showcasing their designs on the runway. And so this is a huge opportunity for them because some of them, this is their first time. Their parents were coming to me and saying, hey, how can my child, who's a designer, be used in this showcase? And I said, well, we're going to go through the process as if any other fashion show. They need to decide their models. They need to pick out, and actually be organized with that. And for them, this has been a learning experience of, okay, I'm a designer. I need to do this. I need to have this ready. And so it wasn't just about modeling. This is about what you under 17, how can we showcase you? And so
that's amazing. I love that.
Ushers. But that show is called the We're Showing the World What We're Made Of. It is being presented by my company, as well as I partnered with J&M Productions for the production side of it. And we're saying that we're showing the world what we're made of. Kids and Teens Talent Showcase, January 29th at Lofty Spaces. For everyone, all of us here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, you all are very, very familiar with Lofty Spaces. I wanted a venue that everybody would be familiar with. Parking wouldn't be a problem because parking is free and the tickets are on Eventbrite. And so right now we're still accepting vendors. We're still accepting sponsors. Definitely looking for people to purchase their tickets to enjoy. It's family entertainment. So you can bring the entire family out and there won't be an inappropriate moment because this show is for the family. My heart and what Lux'Zurious is all about is family, making sure that families are together. When it comes to the consulting side, hey, I know you have to take care of your family. So let's make sure that we're doing this right from A to Z. And so I've just really been working at it myself. I built up, I did the work myself because I'm like, if I know how to do these things, then the work and content that I'm putting out is evidence of that, hey, I can help you. So I just added the website to the live. If you guys want to post that, you can. And then I'm just going to keep building on it as I grow and as I learn more. I'll keep working at it. But if you all need flyers made, marketing, I've been doing this. I mean, I've been on social media for so long that it was like I had to learn about it and learn everything that, to be successful. And I am very happy at where I've gotten to in the growth, and I'm looking forward to more growth. And so I'm just so appreciative of this opportunity to be able to talk about Lux'Zurious events and consulting.
Talk about that, the planning process. That's a lot of moving parts.
So many moving parts from it. So when I did a wedding, and her goal was, I know my colors are going to be red and white, and I want a great wedding. Okay, let's sit down and break down these parts. And so she didn't want to handle the details. I'll give you a questionnaire that I'll ask you to fill out. And from that questionnaire, I build it all up from the bottom up. That way you don't have to worry about it. And I actually come on site and manage it from the making sure that that you as the host have a wonderful time, and that your guests enjoy their time as well. And I've gotten nothing but great reviews from the baby showers, the weddings that I've done. And then now the huge project is this showcase. And so it's been nothing but, hey, we enjoy working with you because we know that you're going to take care of the details. And so it's all about the details. It's such a process, but I actually like it. I'm such a nerd about making sure that all the details are in order. And so it's been a pleasure to be able to serve the DFW with, hey, I will help you. You don't have to worry about those things. You can show up and everything will already be put together. Your caterers will already know where to go. Your decorations will already be up. Like when you hire me, I want you to just be you and your guests, show up, have a great time, and we even handle cleanup. So, from A to Z, literally from A to Z, because it's such a detailed process, and people really don't know where to put those items. They know what they want, and they have a vision, but then you need somebody to help bring that vision to reality. So that's my spiel. Did I lose you guys?
All righty. Sorry about that, yo. I'm cutting out. All right. And live podcast. All right. So I have a few questions that I'm going to put out there, and any of you guys can answer. Like I'll do a quick little round table before we close out. Can you believe the show is almost over? How quickly? I told you, the fastest hour of your life. All right. So you guys are all different parts, different businesses, all the things. We got mamas. We got all the things of how do you guys deal with work-life balance? Because everybody is so busy. Everyone has so much to do. Anybody can chime in and answer.
One of your affirmations was boundaries. So I set strict boundaries, and you have to have a planner. I mean, being an event planner, I keep my planner in my purse. And so I will look at my calendar, and if I have something scheduled, then I'll try not to overschedule myself. And when it's family time, it's family time. And my family already understand and know that I do all these things, but they know that I will set aside time just for them and just to be with them. So I have to have boundaries. I can't just be everywhere and do everything and be with everyone. And I have children and I'm married, and so boundaries are huge. And keeping a calendar, calendar. You can look at it. If somebody asks you for something, now they laugh and say, "Oh, you're gonna look at your calendar for it?" Yeah, because absolutely. I don't want to. And I don't have that time to commit, especially if it's family time. So that's my one of my work-life balances.
Okay. Jen, you want to add anything? Work-life balance. Isn't it fun?
Is that a thing? I mean, who's figured out the right balance, right? And I think that's the trick is also giving yourself grace and recognizing that some days you'll be better at the balance part than others. Right. And I love what she said about boundaries, because it's so true, right? That you have to be the one setting up those boundaries. Nobody's going to do it for you. They're going to, they're looking out for themselves. Right. And so you have to be the one to remember why you're doing your business. You're not doing it to run yourself into the ground. Right. That's not going to help anybody. That's not going to help your clients. That's not going to help you. It's not going to help your family, your kids, your husband, partner, whoever, if you don't have that, you're sunk. And so between that and, like I said, just giving yourself grace, because some days you're better at it than others, and that's normal. That's okay. Right. Work-life balance is, to me anyway, does not mean that every day I'm awesome at it.
Yep.
And again, that's okay. But the goal is, over the week, to have certain weekly goals or whatever, and saying like, okay, what are my top 3 things, for today or for this week, or, whenever time period works for you, and making sure that I'm working efficiently, right, when I'm working, and that I'm not just kind of doing whatever, right? That I'm really honing in and focusing when I'm working, so that when it's not my work time, I can be focused on other things like my family.
I love it. I love it. Lysandra?
I'm gonna have to chime in on boundaries and grace. Yes, I think those two are really good. What they said. Grace especially, because sometimes as a mom, I might feel like a failure because I'm putting all my effort in the cute foundation, and I have little ones, I have 4, 10 and under. So they need my attention constantly. And sometimes I might feel like, okay, am I neglecting them because I am working? Am I neglecting them because I'm here? But like giving yourself grace. One thing that I do in the morning, I try to chime into the Word of God, because it seems like when I chime in, if I miss a day with the Word of God, for me, I'm all over the place.
It makes a big difference.
But if I chime in the beginning, I actually can, like Jen said, give myself grace. I actually can say, okay, you guys, creating boundaries. I actually can say, hey, you know what? Don't come into the office. The door is closed. Giving myself time. Now, in this moment of my life, I am homeschooling due to my daughter's surgery, but at the same time, I'm homeschooling 2 of them. And that's like the biggest thing. You're homeschooling and you're trying to work. Like, okay, what questions? Like, what questions? Oh, shoot. Okay, well, let's get this done. Let me get back to filling out these grants or whatever I need to do. And so it's truly boundaries and grace. I know for my household, if I'm doing anything for work, if I have to go see a client, or I have to, like even now, it's, wait, we don't want you to leave. Well, what do you mean you don't want me to leave? Oh my gosh. So it's truly, I do believe boundaries, and especially grace, because we're not good at everything, right? So we have to be able to say, you know what, take a deep breath, and reset.
I love it. Okay. Next question. How do you stay resilient through those tough times in your business? Business is not always peachy. How do you stay resilient through those times? How do you keep going? Anybody can go.
Well, I guess I'll go. Well, the first thing is first. Digging into the Word of God. I know it might sound crazy and cliche, but for me, it's relying on Him for me to be able to stay resilient. I remember during COVID, right? COVID hit, and I'm a small nonprofit, organization. And at that time, I think we were like in our 3rd year. And honestly, at that time, I feel like we were about to be, go to like the next peak, right? We're about to get the grants in, not grants, but the big donations for banquets for, the young girls. And I'm just booking and everything. And next thing you know, COVID hits. Okay. So now you have, honestly, those pulling out, because once again, I'm a small nonprofit organization, there's small businesses too that are donating. So, hey, we don't know, where COVID is taking us, and it was very scary, especially when I'm like, oh man, we're really about to be able to bless even more young girls through these programs. And we're really able to throw like this major party for them, and just, and God had to really tell me, okay, what am I going to do? Because there's no more meeting in person. So He had to really make me resilient and give me my mental capacity to be able to deal with the change, to be able to create Zoom meetings. So I couldn't even believe that I was creating Zoom meetings during COVID. So for me, the resilience came when I once again, I reset. I dug into my word, and somehow, like, the power just started coming. The creativity just started coming on how to restructure the organization, because that's what we had to do. We had to restructure everything. I mean, Zoom was new. So we had to restructure and still be able to instill. So when you restructuring lessons, you had to still instill what you're teaching them through Zoom. How is that possible? Who's going to support that? What's going to happen? So the resilience came from God. It came from me praying. It came from reading my Bible. It came from me just not giving up, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, just not giving up, because once again, if I gave up, then I'll be giving up on my organization. Then I'll be giving up on the other children. So
I'm proud that you didn't. I'm glad that you didn't. Yeah, COVID made us all get somewhere and sit down. That's what COVID made us all do. Get somewhere and sit down. If you thought you was in control, you wasn't.
you wasn't.
See, LaToya, what about you, baby? How do you stay resilient during those tough times? You can bring up COVID whenever, since you've been in business.
Well, and so it was one thing that our mentor had told us, that you need to learn how to pivot. And as we our choreography, and we were doing that move, it was just like a revelation. Pivot. Know how that when you hit a turn, you got to turn again, and you got to keep turning. And sometimes you have to keep evolving with the times, because if you keep doing what you've been doing and expect different results, we all know that that's insanity. So it was like a revelation through dance of pivot, change, grow, evolve. If we're not getting outside for events, I know I still have this mouth, and then, like you said, create the Zoom meetings to speak to you, say, okay, hey, this is what you need to do. And so, that's why I took off the photography portion of it and said, hey, let me help consult with you. Let's talk. Let's have a conversation. And that's how I've been able to stay resilient. And then, honestly, like Lysandra was saying, don't give up. You only fail when you give up. That's, and I got my girls looking at me, and now through everything that I've been doing, they're like, well, we want to have this business. They've gone through so many business plans. I'm like, well, which one do you want to do? You want to live blogs? You want to do hair?
You say, make your mind up, girl.
Yeah, but they're opening up their mind to want to do different things. And, and so my resilience has come through actually something that maybe many people don't like, and it's dance. And if you're a good dancer, if you already know what it is, I'm from Chicago, and we step. So that footwork means something. And so I'm stepping around, and okay, that's not working. Let me move on here. Because if somebody tell me no, then okay, all right, let me move on this way. And, because there'll be something else. So that's how I stay resilient, is stay light on my feet.
All right, stepper. Jen, what about you, babes?
Yeah, just everything they said. Plus, just at times when I get down, in fact, I had this conversation with someone earlier today, because I went to an event this morning, and it was great, but I was just feeling off, like whatever. And with the podcast today, it was just feeling like a lot earlier. So in those times, I'm like, okay, I like refocus my brain and be like, what is the next best thing? Like, not what's my 5-year goal, whatever. No. My brain can't handle that right now. Like, what is the next best thing, right? For my business, for the vision that I'm trying to create, for the people we're trying to help. What is the next best thing? And just really getting micro instead of these lofty dreams over here. It helps me a lot.
Come on, lofty dreams. Why not? No,
well, they're
okay.
good, right? But they can sometimes feel so overwhelming.
I was like, playing. Yeah.
Yes.
I tell people that with vision boards. So like I did a vision board party with the group, and I was like, all right, now you didn't get the vision board now. Break it down.
Right.
You sit there and look at that board, you're going to be over there overwhelmed. Like, okay, now where do I start? I don't know where I'm starting. But But you said something earlier about, when you're planning your week and, just a few things out of the week. That is so good, because I feel like you can get more done that way versus looking at everything you have to do in January of, this month and be like, oh my God, I got 32 things we need to get done. No, you'll go crazy. All right. Real quick, tell everybody how you can be followed, Jen.
You can follow me on Facebook. I'm at Organizing Jen, or Instagram at Jen Wetton Organizing.
All righty. Thank you, Jen. All right, Lysandra, how can you be followed? Go.
On Facebook at cute.foundation.
All right. T. Latoya, the fabulous one.
I'm on Facebook at Lux'Zurious Events, and then also on Instagram, Lux'Zurious Events and Consulting. And then, of course, through the website, you can send a consultation invite, and I'll follow up with you. Send an email.
All righty. And don't forget, I posted the link in the chat, January 29th for T. Latoya's event. Tickets are on sale right now for Eventbrite. She said there's vendor opportunities. I will be there as a vendor with paparazzi. Come get your $5 jewels. All right. Your home of the $5 bling. And there'll be other entrepreneurs there. So make sure you come and support your local businesses. I am always stressing, support your small businesses. It's okay to support the big ones, but support the small ones. We want some business too. Okay. All right. So before we close out, first, thank these fabulous ladies for coming on today and blessing us with their presence. I am just so amazed that what God is doing in their businesses. And just, again, I know that great things are to come. This is only the beginning. So, I appreciate you all for coming on tonight. All righty. Next, I'm back. I'll be back in 2 weeks, but make sure you're following all of our platforms. I am at Mamapreneur Podcast. That's Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Make sure you're following me there for all updates in regards to the Mamapreneur Podcast. Make sure you're following the PowerTeam platform. We have other podcasts. I know you would just love for it to just be me, but it's not me, just me by myself. Okay. So we have our fearless leader, Kesha Cash and Dr. Real on Wednesdays. We have Buying and Selling with Bree on Monday evenings. We have a newbie who came along. Her name is Kia Cleaning. Oh God. Cleaning with Kia. I hope I said it right, Kia. I think she's watching us tonight. Welcome to the family. And then we have Steph the educator. She's on opposite of me on Thursdays. She's first and third Thursdays. I'm second and fourth. And just make sure that you're tuning in and to all of our shows. We all got something to give and something to, educate you all on. So make sure you're supporting our platforms. Again, if you are a female entrepreneur out there and want more exposure for your brand, I'm currently booking for 2023. So please make sure you reach out to myself or Kesha. And excuse me, about to be out of breath here. And if you want to do affiliate marketing, please make sure you reach out to myself and Kesha as well. Thank you all so much for watching us tonight. I know you could have been anywhere in the world, as Kesha be saying. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us. And make sure you share tonight's live broadcast. I'm doing a drawing as soon as we log off. And I will see you all in 2 weeks. Y'all have a blessed weekend. Bye.